How's it going, guys? Cheese here at Cheese on Everything. It's been more than 2 years since we've been traveling anywhere, but we're finally in a foreign country. Welcome to Bogota, Colombia, and we're gonna check out their local eats, sightsee, and see what the city has to offer. We rented this peculiar Airbnb which looked like a hole in the wall, but inside was this beautiful layout with a retractable sunroof that made the place nice and bright during the day. The best part is it costs only $162 between the 7 of us, which equates to $23 a night per person. After we dropped off our bags, we decided to head to the mall to get a SIM card for our phones. It ended up costing us $12 for 2.5 gigs of data that lasts for 30 days. And of course, a Colombian trip wouldn't start off right without a genuine cup of Colombian coffee. We asked the locals to recommend us a place to eat, and this is where they told us to go. This restaurant serves all the traditional Colombian dishes, including sancocho, which is a potato-based soup with corn, and Colombia's national dish, the bandeja paisa, consisting of ground beef, sausage, egg, avocado, and fried pork. Just finished lunch at this awesome restaurant. The food was delicious, and it only costed us $6.50 Canadian. The food is dirt cheap here. Even had a beer included in that price, so pretty awesome. We're now off to a hike on top of the mountains. We're here on the side of Monserrate mountain, and there are 3 ways to get up and down. You can either take the cable car, you can take the train, or you can walk. After looking at the schedule, we realized we only have time to take the tram up because it was 3:30 in the afternoon on Saturday and the last tram was 4 p.m. But the cable car ran a lot later, all the way till 11:30 p.m. at night. The cost of a round ticket was 27,000 Colombian pesos for a round trip, which equates to about $5.72 American or $8 Canadian.
Come here.
Whoa.
Where's the guy?
It's so slanted. That was pretty fast. Oh yeah, there's definitely 2, because it was on the other hill. There's a circular path around the top of the mountain, and we're gonna start from the back side and end up on the scenic side where you're gonna see the city. This mountain is 3,152 meters, which is around 10,300 feet. So I can definitely feel the altitude sickness a little bit. I feel like I'm really out of breath, although I didn't do any hiking. So that's why we decided to take the tram up and the cable car down. It does get a little bit chilly up here, so definitely bring a sweater or jacket of some sort. The best time to come here is obviously during sunset, golden hour, and check that sunset out. There's a cafe at the top of the mountain where you can get this coca tea. Apparently it's the same type of leaves that cocaine is processed from, but it's supposed to alleviate altitude sickness. We spent the evening watching the sunset and the city illuminate, and we headed back down the gondola into the city. Just finished the tour on the Monserrate. We're gonna head to the bar district and check out some of their pubs. Lively is definitely an understatement to describe the nightlife here in Bogota. Every corner is buzzing with music, people dancing, and party buses coming around every couple minutes. We figured bar food was the appropriate dinner of choice given the atmosphere, and chose one of Colombia's well-known pubs. Our Airbnb hole in the wall with the remote garage door. Back at our Airbnb, only a 5 to 10 minute walk away from the bar district, which is pretty convenient. I'm gonna take a shower and head out for another trip tomorrow morning. Today we're going on a hike around the lagoon, and we're going to the Salt Cathedral, which is one of the attractions here. It is a beautiful day, and hopefully it stays this way. 1 hour of the day here in Colombia it like pours, so you're gonna have to bring your rain suit or umbrella. Stopping off for breakfast at the side of the road.
12-hour in the oven.
Oh, this?
Rice, some sort of bean and pork.
12 hours. That's pork skin.
That's pork. Here you have
It's
pork,
everywhere.
rice, and a type of bean. And this is arepa. And this, what is this?
Como de panela con maíz.
That's like sweet.
The journey continues. That was a delicious breakfast, and it only costed us $2 with the Gatorade and like 3 plates of food. On the way to the hike, we stopped off at this upside down house. It's just a little attraction here. Gonna take a few photos of it and keep on going. So we're here at the entrance of the Mirador Laguna. It's going to be a 3-hour hike. It's about an hour and a half northeast of the city. And as you can see behind me, there are a lot of trees and flowers here. It's basically a botanical garden. We're going to be doing a guided tour and hike to the lake.
So in Spanish here we call it amansa, suegras. Amansa means to tame and suegra is mother-in-law. So this is something you use to tame your mother-in-law. And well, it's also, it used to be, it does have drugs in it, yeah. It used to be a poisonous flower who people could use to simulate heart attacks on others. But medicinally, it's used to fight hypertension. So with the right dosage, you give it to a neurotic, intense mother-in-law, and it lowers her heart rhythm just enough for her to be kind of like dumbed down. And
starting to climb. It's 100-something steps, and we're going to be at the top of the lake. Focusing on hiking up. I didn't realize the background behind me. We've gone over the top a little bit. You can see the valleys. This is definitely not that long of a trek, but is pretty treacherous because of the altitude. Really got to control your breathing and heart rate. I do a lot of hikes, and it's even taking the toll on me. We're almost at the end of the trail. There are a bunch of lookout points all around the lake. It's really nice up here. Once you get kind of acclimatized to the altitude, it's not too bad. And we're kind of walking back downhill a little bit, so it's making it a little bit easier. So this is the last and final lookout. They saved the best for last. You got the lake and the valley in the background. Finally made it to the end, and there's another parking lot here where our car is picking us up, so we don't have to do the whole round tour, which is nice. And there's a rooster here to greet us. Bottom here they got corn and cheesecakes. Look at their size of the corn. Red on the inside? It's crazy. Mine's white. But it still tastes good though. It's a little tougher than our corn, but it's very delicious. From the top of the mountain to the bottom of the cave, we are now here at the Salt Cathedral. This was originally a salt mine formed 250 million years ago. It spans 200 meters or 660 feet underground, and it started off with a small cross for the miners to pray during work. In 1950, the construction began to convert the mine into a cathedral. Currently, there are 20 plus exhibits that you can visit, and here are just some of the ones that are more exquisite to see. We're at the end of the Salt Cave tour, about to take the train up. Well, I say a train, it's more like a diesel powered car, but the exhaust fumes are pretty crazy, so that's why I'm wearing a mask. That's the end of our Salt Cave tour. I think we're gonna grab some dinner now, back in the city. So we're here at the street full of food, and we're having steak tonight. This restaurant is called Andre Carne de Res, and other than the fact that it was on the way back from the Salt Caves, there's a few reasons why we picked this restaurant. For one, this was highly rated on Google reviews, and two, it had a very unique decor, including many antiques and custom-made signs. We started off the night with their signature wine and appetizer. Both the fried pork belly and the arepa was absolutely delicious. The arepa is a very common traditional dish in Colombia. It's usually a mixture of cornmeal, mozzarella cheese, and butter mixed into a dough and then pan-fried. For the main, we ordered a shareable meat platter that had slices of premium beef, bacon, and pork with a side of potatoes and salad. To be honest, the prices are a little bit steep at this restaurant at around $22 Canadian a plate, but if you're looking for a good vibe and atmosphere, this is the place to be. Hope you guys liked the first 2 days of Colombia. Subscribe if you want to see the continuation of this trip. Like the video if you did, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.